Good afternoon friends, this is Naresh, your host from Autocars India, bringing you live action for qualifying at Mexico Grand Prix Formula 1 Round 18 at Mexico City. Very interesting driver championship has been poised for this year 2017, where Lewis Hamilton after the Singapore Grand Prix was lagging behind and he has picked up the pace, and now he's looking to wrap up the driver championship in Mexico City this weekend. As the qualifying is some time away, we are all set for an enthralling weekend this time around, as the free practice has just got over some time back, the timing of which was adjusted, and Mercedes, Ferrari and Red Bull, all three are looking pretty strong here. To give you how the drivers are stacking up in the championship, we have Lewis Hamilton, who is leading the driver championship with 331 points, with real strong performance from Lewis Hamilton in second half of the season, right after the summer break. Sebastian Vettel following him with 265 points, way down from Lewis Hamilton. Today Lewis Hamilton, if he has to win the championship, he has to finish at least 5, which we have no doubt that he will be there, and he should be able to wrap up the championship. Third position is Valtteri Bottas, other Mercedes driver, teammate of Lewis Hamilton. He is sitting at 244 points, closing up on Sebastian Vettel. Daniel Ricciardo, Red Bull, fourth position, 192 points, followed by Ferrari's Kimi Raikkonen, 163 points. Max Verstappen in 6th position, 123 points. Sergio Perez for Force India, followed by his other teammate Esteban Ocon in 7th and 8th position with 86 and 73 points respectively. Carlos Sainz of Renault, who has just switched to Renault, so all the points are from his Toro Rosso team. He is in 9th position with 54 points. Felipe Massa, Williams, 36 points. Nico Hülkenberg for other Renault on 34 points. Lance Stroll from Williams on 32 points in 12th position. 13th position for Roman Grosjean. In Haas, 28 points. Kevin Magnussen at 14th position, 15 points. McLaren Honda, Stoffel Vandoorne in 15th, and Fernando Alonso in 16th position with 13 and 10 points respectively. Jolyon Palmer, Renault, 17th. Pascal Wehrlein, 18th with 5 points. Daniel Kvyat in 19th, 5 points. Other drivers still to score points in 2017 season. This is Naresh, your host from Autocars India, bringing you live commentary for Formula 1 Round 18 from Mexico City. We are just about 10 minutes away from the qualifying session, which we expect to start another 8 to 9 minutes of time. Red Bull, Ferrari and Mercedes all have shown a very strong cars in the free practice sessions, especially in free practice 3, where Max Verstappen has really shown the pace, and he believes that he's going to give a good fight to Mercedes and Ferraris here. All the more, we look forward for a great weekend here. We have the local hero Sergio Perez, who is in his home Grand Prix and looks very strong in Force Indias after Ferrari, Red Bull and Mercedes cars, with both the Force Indias in 7th and 8th position in the free practice 3 session sometime back. And Mexico driver Sergio Perez is expected to be one of the several drivers who wants to be best of the rest behind the 3 big teams this afternoon, which are Red Bull, Ferrari and Mercedes. And they would likely to be every bit to give on the track to fight for the pole, which they are capable of in case of some odd things happen during the qualifying session. And that will be a great tribute to all the fans who have come here. Top 3 teams in free practice session were just being separated by 0.1 second, 1/10 of the seconds. So we expect a very close contest between the top 3 teams, Red Bull, Ferrari and Mercedes. Give you quick facts about this track. The first race was held in 1963. Track consists of 71 laps during the race with circuit length of 4.304 km, race distance of 305.3 km. The lap record as of now stands with 1 minute 20 seconds, 20.521 with Nico Rosberg in 2015. Time has already been toppled here during this weekend. Both the McLarens showed quite strong car in free practice 1 and 2 sessions, but 3 session was not going really good for both the McLarens. But definitely they have shown the pace, which seems to be promising to challenge the teams and inter-team contest, which is apart from the top 3 teams of Ferrari, Red Bull and Mercedes here. Friends, do remember to like and subscribe my channel by hitting right bottom corner of your screens with subscribe button. This is Autocars India, Naresh your host, bringing you live commentary of this edition 18th round of Formula 1 2017 Mexican Grand Prix. As qualifying session is just about to start in few minutes time, we look forward for a great weekend at our hands. Give you a bit of history of this track. This track was brainchild of 2 brothers whom the name of this track has been put on, Ricardo Rodriguez and Pedro Rodriguez. It is all because of 19-year-old Ricardo, who was driving for Ferrari in 1961, sparked the idea to bring Grand Prix in Mexico. And this circuit was created due to that. Many races regular feature since 1963 at this circuit, a great circuit with top speeds, one of the highest top speeds achieved in this circuit. So the master of one lap will come better in this qualifying. So who can be the one who can clinch the qualifying? We are here for 2017 Formula One World Championship at Mexico City. Round 80. Autodrome Hermanos Rodriguez Circuit. 3 sectors covering distance of 4.304 kilometer, 17 turns on the track with elevation change, not much, with 2 DRS zones available on the circuit. We look forward for a great qualifying, 1 lap pace to be seen by top 3 teams. And will there be a surprise from Force India? We will soon see as the green light goes on for the first session. Bad weekend start for Pierre Gasly for Toro Rosso, as his car during the free practice session 3 lost the engine, and doesn't seem to be that he's going to start in this session. This live commentary is brought live to you from Autocars India, round number 18th of Mexico Grand Prix qualifying session. Lewis Hamilton sitting at 331 points, clear above 70 points from Sebastian Vettel, and just needs to finish 5th to wrap up the championship here. As we are just getting ready to have the session started, Q3 session. Qualifying will be divided into 3 sessions, Q1, Q2, Q3. Slowest 5 cars will be eliminated from qualifying session 1 after the session. In qualifying session 2, 10 slowed cars, 5 cars will be eliminated, and top 10 shootout will happen in qualifying session 3. Hamilton looking to wrap up the 4th driver championship, where 3 have come recently in Mercedes, where Mercedes is portraying as a powerhouse in Formula One since their return as full-time constructor and driver champions. Qualifying battles, Alonso is well ahead, 13-3 from Stoffel Vandoorne. In McLaren, Pierre Gasly 0-0, Hartley. Of course, they didn't have much of races here. Roman Grosjean of Haas is leading with 11-6 to Magnussen. Renault, Hulkenberg, and Sainz is new. Ericsson 6-9 behind Pascal Wehrlein in Sauber. As all the drivers strapped in their cars, waiting for the green lights to go on and start of the session 1 here. And here we go, the start of the session, qualifying session 3. First session of the 3 sessions, Q1, starts off 18 minutes in this session. Wasting no time, Haas is the first car to go on the track for their warm-up lap. as cars are getting bunched up to have a go, to get the clean track and set the timings right at the word go. As cars are on their out lap, and the first one to start the first time lap is Roman Grosjean in Haas car. Starts off a lap well in sector 1. A very long start finish straight, which is almost 900 meters, and drivers, they get the top speeds here on this straight. As Roman Grosjean enters the sector 2, pretty good time set by him. He's the first one going to be setting the time benchmarking for other drivers. Sector 2, 59.901 seconds. Not very strong in the second sector. A bit of lockup from him in this sector. As he goes around the autodrome and finishes the lap, 1 minute 21.359 seconds. Way above on what was set by the top 3 teams, who are already in 1:16s. Magnussen, the next one, was 1:24 with Marcus Ericsson improves. He's P1 as of now. Now Sebastian Vettel on sector 2, nicely getting the curves done, and he's already 1.5 seconds faster on the timing set by Hartley. Raikkonen already 1 minute 18.148 seconds. He just finished the lap, and Sebastian Vettel is the next one to come on, and he's 1/10 faster from the time set by Kimi Raikkonen. So P1 for Sebastian Vettel as of now. As Red Bulls get ready, as of now P1 Sebastian Vettel, Kimi Raikkonen P2, Brendan Hartley in 3rd position, P3 Pascal Wehrlein 4th, Kevin Magnussen 5th, Marcus Ericsson 6th, Stoffel Vandoorne 7th, 8th Roman Grosjean. Other drivers are still to come out and set their timings. As local boy Sergio Perez now comes on the track and gets ready to set a time lap. So both the Ferraris P1, P2, but I'm sure those times are going to get corrected. And remember, Vettel and Raikkonen has set their timings on super soft tires, not on ultra soft tires. Whereas all the cars have set the timings on ultra soft tires. and they are pretty fast on super soft also. As Sergio Perez starts his time lap with top speed touching 349 kilometers per hour in sector 1. Fast flowing circuit with only 17 turns, all about the speed on this circuit. As Sergio Perez goes around in sector 2, seems to be not up to the speed what he would ideally like to do. In the meantime, Lewis Hamilton is coming around the stadium in his Mercedes, and let's see what he does it. He's on ultra soft tires, so he should be pretty fast on his timings. So he goes P1 comfortably with 600 of second faster than Valtteri Bottas, who also finishes over there in P2. Both the Mercedes P1 and P2, and Max Verstappen comes around and completes his lap. Where does he finish? Max Verstappen goes P3. Sebastian Vettel gets another go and he stays at P4. So Verstappen, pretty good lap in super soft tires. He's P3, Vettel 4, Raikkonen 5, Esteban Ocon of Force India 6, Hartley 7. As 9 minutes to go, all the drivers are on the track now except Pierre Gasly, whose car is still under repairs. As of now, Lewis Hamilton leads P1, P2 for Bottas, and drivers in relegation zone: Alonso, Sainz, Hülkenberg, Stroll and Gasly. Gasly will not be taking part, most probably due to his work going on his car. Alonso is on the track on his outlap, and Lance Stroll improves. He goes P10. Nico Hülkenberg is the next one and comfortably goes P8. Carlos Sainz in another Renault, he comes start finish straight. He's P8 now. He displaces his teammate Nico Hülkenberg. So drivers in relegation zone: Magnussen, Grosjean, Marcus Ericsson, Fernando Alonso and Pierre Gasly. Kimi Raikkonen had bit of the moment in his last lap. Fernando Alonso now coming around the stadium section area. Good 2 sectors put by him and comes around start finish line, and he goes comfortably P5. Strong lap from Fernando Alonso with ultra soft tires. With 7 minutes to go, Marcus Ericsson also gets a go to get the faster lap. Marcus Ericsson presently lower in the relegation zone. Drivers who are in relegation zone are Pascal Wehrlein, Stoffel Vandoorne, Roman Grosjean, Marcus Ericsson and Pierre Gasly. Marcus Ericsson is just coming around the stadium section area. Let's see where does he put his car in terms of lap timings. Seems to be pretty good. He should be able to come out comfortably. Yes, he does. He's P15, just manages to come out. But I'm sure Kevin Magnussen in his next lap is going to give a tough fight, as he's sitting on the brink of being eliminated in session 1. As we go in the last 4 minutes of this qualifying session 1, drivers in the relegation zone: Roman Grosjean, Haas, Marcus Ericsson, Sauber, Kevin Magnussen, Haas, Stoffel Vandoorne, McLaren and Pierre Gasly, who is not going to start. He is in 20th position. They will get one more time to try and come out and make a better timing of it. As Brendan Hartley, he gives another try. He's on P14 right now. Seems to be pretty strong as he comes out, completes his sector 1, starts off sector 2 now with 3/10 down on the time set by the leader, Lewis Hamilton. Comes around the sections and completes the sector 2. Not bad, he's 8/10 down as of now. Comes around in the stadium section now, as he cuts the corners very bravely and comes around the last turn, and he finishes P30. He improves his time, goes to P30. Roman Grosjean, he's in pit right now, and he should be coming out of the pits now to have one more time. As Lewis Hamilton gets out of the car, he thinks it's enough. He doesn't need to put another lap. They should be comfortably seeing him in next lap. every car above 12 positions, below 12 positions are all on the track, as they don't want to leave any chances where they could be eliminated at the last seconds. With Massa, Hartley, Stroll and Verlaine, even though they are safe, but they would like to have another go and better their timings. As Kevin Magnussen now, in his Haas car, goes around in sector 1, and he's slightly faster than P15 position, 2/100ths of a second faster. Kevin Magnussen picking up more time, 1/100 of a second, still faster than P15 position. Looks now Fernando Alonso reporting some trouble on the radio. As the checkered flag comes out, Felipe Massa gets one chance to finish he's safe as of now, unless somebody else displaces him. He's P12, Felipe Massa. Roman Grosjean is coming in the stadium section, comes around start finish line, he doesn't improve. Stoffel Van Dorn comfortably P30. Lance Stroll now, he's safe, but he's P15 as of now. He would like to better his time as he comes around start finish straight. Where does he finish? P15. He stays P15. Marcus Ericsson, he got the last chance to displace him. He doesn't. Marcus Ericsson is down and Fernando Alonso is staying at P5. Very strong lap by Fernando Alonso. He was reporting that he's losing power, but he had recovered the power. Now Pascal Wehrlein, his last one on the track. He will try to get his Sauber up. No, he doesn't do it. He stays at P17. So that's it. Marcus Ericsson, Pascal Wehrlein, both the Saubers are out. Kevin Magnussen, Roman Grosjean, both the Haas out. Toro Rosso, Pierre Gasly out. So the qualifying session gets over. Drivers who are out: Marcus Ericsson P16, Pascal Wehrlein 17, P18 Kevin Magnussen. Of Haas, Roman Grosjean 19 for Haas, and 20th Pierre Gasly, who did not start. Drivers qualified: Hamilton tops the timesheets with other Mercedes teammate Bottas, Verstappen 3rd, Vettel 4th, Alonso 5, very strong P5 for Alonso. Sergio Perez 6th, Kimi Raikkonen 7th, 8th Ricciardo, Nico Hülkenberg, Renault 9th, Esteban Ocon, Other Force India 10th, Carlos Sainz, Renault 11th, 12th Felipe Massa, 13th Stoffel Vandoorne, 14th Hartley for Toro Rosso, and Lance Stroll completing the last position for Williams. As we await the action for qualifying session 2, which was more predicted with the relegations which have happened for Haas and Sauber cars. Renault has shown a very strong position with Fernando Alonso finishing P5. As the flags go green, 15 minutes in qualifying session 2. Hamilton and Bottas are already on outlap, with Kimi Raikkonen also coming out now. Rest of the drivers still in the pits. Valtteri Bottas has really shown a good pace in this circuit. He seems to be off form for second half of the season after the summer break. As Valtteri Bottas starts his time lap. Very long start-stop, start-finish straight, almost 900 meters, where drivers achieve a speed of 350 kilometers excess. As it goes, turn 1, turn 2, sweeping, right-hander, then right-hander once again, approaching turn 4, finishes the first sector. 27.329, 90-degree sections here, gets from turn number 6, approaches turn number 7, almost a sweeping left-hander, again a left-hander, and 90-degree right, turn number 50, as he sets 57.038 in the sector 2, comes around in the stadium section, goes around the stadium, turn number 17, sweeping right-hander, and finishes. So he's P1, 17.161 Valtteri Bottas. However, doesn't seem to be very strong. Let's see where Lewis Hamilton finishes, but he's slower than him. There is something which has happened on the way with Lewis Hamilton. and he's very slow on the timing. Kimi Räikkönen is P2, 17.534. Hamilton, due to some reason, he slowed down in between. Now Sebastian Vettel, he's 7/100ths of a second slower on time set by Valtteri Bottas in sector 2. But he should be picking up P2 pretty comfortably as he comes around the stadium section and finishes, and he's P1 in fact. Sebastian Vettel is P1. He's got the timing of 1 minute 17.058 seconds as Sergio Perez goes P4. Kimi Räikkönen in P3 position. Esteban Ocon, the other French of Force India, is P5. In the meantime, new track record by Lewis Hamilton, 1:17.035. As Lewis Hamilton sets the fastest lap record here in Mexico City track, 1:17.035. As another Red Bull of Pierre Gasly and now Brendan Hartley is parked the car on the side. We have 9 minutes to go. Engine problem for Hartley this time around. Looks to be he has the same problem, going on full speed and suddenly the puff of smoke coming out from the back, and game over for Brendan Hartley also. So not a good show at all from Red Bull Junior Team Toro Rosso. As Max Verstappen goes P7, he's starting another lap. As Max Verstappen is even faster this time around on P1 time set by Lewis Hamilton in Sector 2. As he comes around in the stadium section, let's see whether he can displace Lewis Hamilton. It will be a moral victory for Red Bull if they can do it. Yes, he does, and he's very fast. He's 5/10 of the second faster than Lewis Hamilton. Red Bull in the game. So that's a new track record on this track, Mexico. What a lap being put by Max Verstappen, as we have 6 minutes to go in this session. As Max Verstappen leads the pack with a strong and very strong lap, I would say. 1 minute 16.524 seconds, the fastest lap on this circuit, and displaces Lewis Hamilton time by almost 5/10 of the second. Sebastian Vettel is third, Bottas fourth, Raikkonen fifth, Ricciardo sixth, Carlos Sainz of Renault seventh, Sergio Perez and Esteban Ocon, both the Force Indias, 8th and 9th. Nico Hülkenberg is on 10th. Hartley is out. Lance Stroll, Alonso, Massa and Van Dorn are still to put the time lapse. As the final 3.5 minutes to go for this qualifying session 2. Drivers in relegation zone: Stroll, Alonso, Massa, Van Dorn, with Hartley already out. Cars on track. Lance Stroll completing his middle sector with Felipe Massa following him. Felipe Massa, a good timing he's setting in his car, with Lance Stroll coming around the stadium section now as he completes the sector 2, which is 1.4 seconds down. So it doesn't seem to be this timing can save him from the relegation. Doesn't seem to be a very strong lap from Lance Stroll. As he comes around and crosses the start finish line, he is P11, not good enough to bring in top 10. Felipe Massa, other Williams, let's see what he can do. Can he do better than Lance Stroll, his teammate? Yes, he does. as compared to his teammate. So he gets P11, Lance Stroll is P12. Alonso and Stoffel Vandoorne still sitting in the pits. Looks to do only one run. It's very strange. Alonso and Vandoorne were still in the pits with only 1 minute and 10 seconds to go. Seems to be there is problem with McLaren once again. They have not come out of the pits. So Alonso and Vandoorne are out. Massa, Stroll, Hartley too. Hartley had parked the car on the side, has the engine problems. Still to see what had happened to both the McLarens, why they did not come out on the track and set their timings. As the checkered flag is out, as Max Verstappen tries to better his time, no he doesn't. Sergio Perez, the next one to come around, he also doesn't improve. Sebastian Vettel, the next one, will he be able to improve his timing? No, he doesn't. He stays, he betters his time actually, but he stays P2. Esteban Ocon, P8, gets the checkered flag. So strong show by both the Force Indias. Nico Hülkenberg, P8. As qualifying session 2 gets over, Felipe Massa, Lance Stroll, Hartley, Fernando Alonso and Stoffel Vandoorne are out of qualifying session 2. as we are just about to start the qualifying session 3 and the final session for the top 10 shootout at Mexico, round number 18 of Formula 1 2017 Championship. As the lights go green, we have 12 minutes for the fight to pole. Let's see who gets the pole and can pose a challenge to Mercedes here. This is not a track which is difficult for overtaking, as we have a very long start-finish straight. However, Red Bulls are looking really strong and we look forward for a great race, as it's going to be top 3 teams most evenly matching on their speeds, what they are achieving on this circuit. As cars are still to come out of the track, we are in 11 minutes to go for this session. So fight is between Ferrari, Mercedes and Red Bull here for the pole. Max Verstappen looking strong to fight for this position. It will be very interesting to see if Max Verstappen can get the pole in this race, and that just by matching the performance he has set in Q2. And he could be the youngest pole sitter in the history of Formula 1 if he gets one here. As we are in 10 minutes of this final qualifying session, fight to pole, with Lewis Hamilton has won the pole position here last time around. 2015 was Nico Rosberg, where before that Mexican Grand Prix was discontinued in 1992, where Nigel Mansell won the pole in 1992. As Max Verstappen starts his pole, fight for the pole. Let's see how he does. Very long start finish straight, goes in turn 1, cuts the corners nicely and with great ease. Max Verstappen. Let's see how he does the sector 1. Looks to be a strong sector 1 with 27.313 seconds. Valtteri Bottas behind him in a Mercedes. And already Max Verstappen is ahead of time as compared to Valtteri Bottas in Sector 1. As Max Verstappen completes the Sector 2, Bottas behind him. But Dutchman has backed off. Valtteri Bottas will be the first one to set the time. And he also backs off. He goes to the pit straight away. That's very strange from Valtteri Bottas. As Lewis Hamilton goes around the corner and 1:16.934. Nico Hülkenberg P3. Kimi Räikkönen displaces P2 for Kimi Räikkönen. What happened to Valtteri Bottas here? He feels he's been impeded. As Max Verstappen comes on the side, that spoils the lap for Valtteri Bottas also. And Sebastian Vettel the next one. Let's see how he finishes. Yes, he goes P1. Sebastian Vettel provisional pole for him. As Max Verstappen starts his another flying lap. He's in Sector 2 and he's up already by 0.2 of the second. Max Verstappen, unless he does a mistake, he should be comfortably picking up provisional pole here in the first round of laps being put by them. As he comes around, crosses the line and he goes P1, 0.2 of the second faster on the Sebastian Vettel time. Hamilton is only P3. Daniel Ricciardo the next one. What he can do doesn't seem to be strong, Daniel Ricciardo, but it'll be interesting to see where does he finish. And he goes P4. As first set of laps put by drivers, Max Verstappen is on the provisional pole with 1 minute 16.574, the fastest time here, and if he can continue this and have a heart to have one more lap and he keeps his time, he should be the youngest Formula 1 driver to get the pole position. Max Verstappen. He's never been on the pole. Valtteri Bottas pretty upset with Max Verstappen as he was finishing his lap and Max Verstappen slowed down, which hampered him to set the time lap. Simply stunning by Max Verstappen. as the tire blanket goes off from Max Verstappen car one last time during this qualifying session. And he aims to better his time, which is already 2/10 of the second faster from Sebastian Vettel, who is sitting at P2 right now. And Max Verstappen comes as the first driver to better his time probably. Interesting to see. As Mercedes, Valtteri Bottas comes out of the pits now. Nico Hülkenberg is also on the outlap. The incident which happened between Max Verstappen and Valtteri Bottas, when Bottas was setting his time lap and Max Verstappen slowed down in the last section, stadium section. It is being investigated by the stewards for impeding the way, and it will be investigated after the race. As most of the cars are out on the track, except Bottas, who is still sitting in the pits. Now Max Verstappen starts his time lap. This will be first ever Formula One pole position for him, if he gets it here. Let's see, what does he do? He's 900 of seconds slower on the time set by himself in Sector 1. Let's see if he can gain something on Sector 2. Valtteri Bottas once again behind him, but have some gap between both of them. Let's see whether Valtteri Bottas is matching that time. No, he is not matching the time of P1. He's 800 of seconds slower. As Verstappen, for some reason, again has slowed down. So he will look to have one more time lap once he crosses start-finish line this time around. And Valtteri Bottas goes in Sector 2. Interesting to see his Sector 2 timing. And he is 1/10 of the second slower, so he is not challenging Max Verstappen, and he would like to slow down and get go at one more time. Interesting to see Lewis Hamilton. What does he do in second sector? As Valtteri Bottas is only P4. Lewis Hamilton in Sector 2. He is also slower. He's 800 of seconds slower. So as of now, safe for Max Verstappen. He still holds on his position. Will he be able to do it? In the meantime, Sebastian Vettel is faster in Sector 2. Lewis Hamilton doesn't do it, doesn't better the time. He's 8/10 of seconds slower. Sebastian Vettel now. He had the faster timing. Let's see whether Sebastian Vettel can get this. Does he get the right? Yes, Sebastian Vettel gets pole position here. And he is the pole sitter. Max Verstappen is also coming around. Will he be able to get the pole position? No, he doesn't. Max Verstappen has not got the pole. Sebastian Vettel is on the pole position. Daniel Ricciardo only finishes P7. What a pole for Sebastian Vettel in Mexico. So Sebastian Vettel gets his 50th pole position in Mexico. So Sebastian Vettel finishes on pole, followed by Max Verstappen P2, Hamilton is only starting P3, Valtteri Bottas P4, Raikkonen on 5th position, Esteban Ocon Force India 6th, Daniel Ricciardo 7th, Hülkenberg 8th, Carlos Sainz 9th, and Sergio Perez 10th. 11th position start for Massa, 12th Lance Stroll 13th, Hartley 14th, Alonso, Stoffel Vandoorne 15th, 16th Marcus Ericsson Sauber, Pascal Wehrlein Sauber 17th, 18th Kevin Magnussen Haas, other Haas teammate, and 19th Roman Grosjean and Pierre Gasly 20th position. What a qualifying session we had. With this, I will bring close this live commentary of Formula 1 qualifying session for Mexico Grand Prix. Look forward to come back once again tomorrow for the live race day, where we see some great action coming through with Sebastian Vettel starting on the pole. Do remember to like and subscribe my channel by clicking subscribe button on your right bottom screens. Your host signing off, Naresh from Autocars India. Take care, have safe